He only wanted to escape the storm. But the moment he stepped into that diner, something felt off. The air wasn't empty, it was listening. And somewhere between the flickering neon light and the smell of burnt coffee, a voice whispered from the dark corner, "You came back." Ethan Miles was no ghost hunter. He was a filmmaker obsessed with places the world had forgotten. Abandoned hospitals, ghost towns, old motels off the highway. He called it Echo Project. That night, he was driving through the Arizona desert, filming a documentary about ghost towns that vanished from maps. His GPS showed a small gray dot, labeled Miller's Diner. No reviews, no photos, just there. The storm hit harder. Wind screamed across the empty road. His fuel light blinked red. And just when he thought he was lost, he saw it. A neon sign glowing weakly through the fog. Miller's Diner open. He parked his car outside. The place looked untouched since the 1950s. Chrome trim, red booths, checkered floors, and a jukebox that hadn't played in decades. When he opened the door, the bell above it chimed once, then silence. The air was thick still. It smelled like rust and old coffee. He panned his camera across the diner. Half-filled coffee cups, plates on tables, an open newspaper dated 1972. He laughed nervously into the camera. "Guess I found something that time forgot." But what he didn't realize was that time hadn't forgotten him. Ethan took a seat at the counter and reviewed his footage. Then the jukebox in the corner clicked. Softly, it began playing Blue Moon. He froze. There was no power. He hadn't touched it. "Hello," he called out. His voice echoed back, but half a second late, like something was repeating him. From another time, he turned his camera toward the mirror behind the counter, and for just a moment he saw her. A woman in a waitress uniform, smiling faintly. Then she was gone. The camera light flickered. The song stopped. Silence returned, and with it, the feeling that he wasn't alone anymore. Ethan whispered, barely breathing, "Who's there?" From the shadows, a woman's voice answered softly, "You used to sit right there." Every Friday, his chest tightened. He turned slowly. On the booth table behind him was a black and white photo in a cracked frame. A young man smiling beside a waitress. The man in the photo was him. The lights flickered, and suddenly, the diner wasn't abandoned anymore. The room filled with laughter, the smell of pancakes, and music from a jukebox alive with life. The booths were full. People chatting, smiling, sipping coffee, and behind the counter she stood there. The same waitress from the photo, warm smile, same uniform, same eyes. She looked right at him and said, "Welcome back, Ethan." He stumbled back, shaking. "This can't be real. You died. The accident." Her expression softened. "You promised you'd come back, but you never did." Rain pounded the windows. The air grew colder. He turned. The laughter had stopped. Every person in the diner was now staring at him, still, expressionless, frozen in time. And then they began to fade, like smoke vanishing into thin air. Ethan ran toward the exit, his camera still recording. The door wouldn't budge. He slammed it, kicked it, nothing. Outside, the neon sign flickered violently. The word "open," glowing blood red now. He turned toward the reflection in the glass and saw her again, closer this time, smiling sadly. Her lips moved slowly. "We're still waiting." And in an instant, the screen went black. 3 days later, a state trooper found Ethan's car parked in the desert. Tank empty. Driver's seat open. No sign of him. But inside, his camera was still recording. The footage showed the diner clean, glowing, full of people, laughter, music, then static, and one last echo of a woman's voice. "Don't forget your coffee, honey." Locals say Miller's Diner burned down in 1972. No survivors. But every year, during a stormy night, travelers report seeing a neon sign flicker in the desert fog. Some even claim they heard an old jukebox playing Blue Moon when no one else was around. They call it Miller's Diner, a place that shouldn't exist. And if you ever hear that song in the wind, turn around. Don't go inside, because echoes don't just repeat the past. Sometimes, they drag you back into it.